Welcome, everyone. I don't think the camera's in the best position, but I'm Susan Getz, and I am one of the co-chairs of the San Francisco Association of Realtors Global Business Council. And I just wanted to welcome you to the panel discussion today about investing in Colombia and Panama. We're so excited to have these speakers today. Thank you so much, and thanks to our moderators. I want to tell you a little bit about the GBC. We're a group of volunteers who belong to the SFAR community, and we work toward fulfilling our mission statement, which is to provide networking, education, information, and resources to further improve the professionalism and success of our members in local and global real estate markets. And so without further ado, I want to hand this over to Joski, and I'll let you take it from there.
Awesome. Well, actually, I'm going to pass it on to Hernando.
Okay, I'm going to pass it over to Hernando, not Joski.
Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Hernando Vincenzo with Compass here in San Francisco. I'll be your moderator today with Joski Thompson, also from Compass. First of all, we want to thank you all for being here, showing interest in learning about investing in Panama and Colombia. These two beautiful countries are not only neighbors, but they also share a lot of culture and customs. I was born in Colombia. I've been in the Bay Area for 10 years, so San Francisco is my second home. Today, we're going to cover why we should consider investing in these two countries, either for yourself or for any of your international clients. If you are interested in exploring a little bit about the culinary experience in these countries, I recommend you visit a beautiful restaurant in the East Bay in Oakland. It's called Parche. They have both Panamanian and Colombian dishes. It is worth the trip. And if you want to try authentic Colombian coffee here, there's a place in Cupertino called Berraco who's serving fresh Colombian coffee. I recommend it, and I'll put it on the chat. And now I will introduce you to the Panamanian crew. They're going to kick it off. We have Catherine Shahani and Sebastián Arango from Grupo Shahani in Panama.
Hello, nice to see you. Nice to be with you today.
Hi, everybody.
Hey, guys. Yeah, if you want to go ahead and start your presentation.
Can I start?
Yes, yes.
Okay, perfect. Well, today I would like to talk about different platforms and the commercial real estate that is the mecca of the different fiscal incentive for Panama. However, I understand that you guys sometimes you do residential as well. We also have residential projects and incentive for that too. I'm going to mention some of that as well. But I would like to focus more on the biggest incentive that we have today in our laws for American people, and how this nearshoring new thing is going along with United States and Panama. So first of all, I would like to introduce myself. My name is Catherine Shahani. I'm actually one of the owners of Grupo Shahani. Grupo Shahani is a familiar corporation, family office, and we have been 49 years in the market in Panama, and we are the biggest developer of logistic platform in Panama as in industrial parks. We have more than 10 logistics industrial parks in Panama already developed, and we specialize in free trade zones, manufacturing, e-commerce, logistics, and also different services that are in Panama according to the different incentive laws. So this is our data. We have more than 10 industrial parks built with 500,000 square meters of warehouses already built with the future of success and building 1.5 million square meters, 49 years of experience, 3,000 employees already in our different industrial parks with the amount of 7,500 for future growing. as well as 625 businesses that are already established in our different business parks. This is our portfolio. We have Parque Industrial de las Americas, Pana Park, which is the biggest private free trade zone in Panama, a Free Trade Zone of Americas, Panama Distribution Center. We have a office plex of Las Americas, warehouse Las Americas, Parque Industrial Centenario, office plex Milla 8, industrial park in North Corridor, and office plex Panama. And I would like to take this into consideration because sometimes people think that why you should invest in an industrial park and not in a warehouse alone. In these terms, we can say that in an industrial park, you are cost savings because industrial park often provide economies of scale for different tenants. So we have shared infrastructure, utilities that actually save you some money, as well as the regulatory support, because when you are in an industrial park, you actually have more favorable laws and incentive for the people that are established there. Environmental compliance, in order to have the permits for an industrial park, the industrial park has to comply with some environmental issues. And you can also take into consideration reduction of waste and also water into account. We also have security and safety. The industrial park normally is enclosed and we have security guards in all of our complexes. The accessibility is very important because when you build an industrial park, you have to be very close to the metro or the bus stops for the employees to arrive. Also, the corridors in Panama, as you see the map that I have in this slide, we have the north and the south corridor, which are the main arteries of highways that we have here. So the good thing is that you can be 30 minutes away from the Pacific ports and also 45 minutes away from the Caribbean ports. According to our slim definition of a country in our map, that you can have access to both oceans, as well to the Panama Canal. So basically also we have the infrastructure and utilities because we normally have wider roads inside the industrial parks for the trucks to allow them to commute and have smooth operations. As well as we have networking and business opportunities because for you to know, sometimes when you establish in a certain industrial park and you're like a big company, you are going to have other mini companies that support you or supplies certain materials to you. And you start doing this network and we are creating a construction cluster, a pharmaceutical cluster, a beverage and food clusters. So we have different clusters close in different areas. So every industrial park has like their niche. So this is very good for our customers to be there. And also it gives you a little bit of brand image because it's not the same that when you are inside an industrial park than when you are in a standalone. So when you are inside the industrial park, you have more image and you're like a bigger company and more respectful than when you're in a standalone. And a lot of people also gets to work and ask for jobs inside an industrial park. So you have more people to recruit according to our experience. In this case, I would like to define what is nearshoring and friendshoring because this is a fairly recent term. According to President Biden, he wants to have his strategic planning on growing companies or multinationals that are in the United States and the infrastructure in the United States for avoiding consuming from product from China. So basically what he is doing is getting all of these companies to get specialized in the United States so they don't have to depend on anybody. However, in the meantime, while they get to do that, he's getting manufacturers from the United States to LATAM, all the countries that are in Latin America, so we can get them a cheaper labor or logistic savings and things like that. So while they are moving company from Asia to the United States, Latin America becomes like this huge place where we can do business. And we have been seeing that, and his insight on this is that he would like to do business with democratic countries, so specialized specifically in Costa Rica, República Dominicana, Ecuador, and Panama. So we signed an alliance in Dominican Republic to fulfill these needs that he is doing. So basically, when you see that Panama is getting all these companies from the United States or Costa Rica or Dominican Republic or Ecuador, is because of this alliance. So mainly we have like the obligation of getting knowledge on our people to being able to work for these companies. We're also working on political framework and also working on the commercialization of all these different companies here. So investing in an industrial warehouse today with a return is really a good investment because it's growing, it's something very new. So why Panama and not all these other countries, specifically for nearshoring purposes? Because we have the 32 commercial routes, we have access to 56 countries, and we have also the potential to get 1.2 billion potential customers. Panama only have 4 million clients, but along with these routes and with this hub of the Americas and this connectivity, we have the possibility to get you to other countries as 1.2 billion potential customers with the fastest routes. So what are the benefits of nearshoring from Panama? We have reduced transportation costs, faster delivery times, easier access to key markets, business-friendly environment, tax incentive, a skilled workforce, and English fluence. Dollar currency since 1904 with easy business setup, democratic country, potential client of 1.2 billion, Moody's investment grade. And this is very important because some funds, normally they don't want to invest in countries that they don't have an investment grade, and we do have that. And we also have the potential of have a REITs in our market, a public capital market, and our public capital market is called Latinx. We have alliance with other capital markets in LATAM and also other countries that are not necessarily in Latin America. So this gives you this potential of investing worldwide. And we also have 14 bilateral treaties of free commerce that allows these people to establish in Panama. So when we talk about Panama as first solutions, we have solutions for multinationals, we have migration status, we also have special zones and other benefits. And I'm going to give you like a little bit of a review or summary of this. Immigration status, which is the ones that apply for anything. It doesn't matter if you are looking for residential or commercial, we have different visas. First of all, we have country friends, which are countries that we have signed some certain type of agreement that you can get investment qualified visa after you sign as a country friend. As a country friend with $200,000, you can buy a property in Panama and then have access to get this qualified investor visa. If you are not a country friend, then what you can do is an investment as low as $300,000, and then you can get an investor qualified visa. This is going to raise up next year to $500,000. So this is a very good opportunity to do it now. Also, you can invest in the Latinx capital market for $500,000, or you can put your amount of money in a bank for $700,000. So the easiest way to get the investor qualified visa in Panama is buying a property. It wouldn't matter if it's a country friend or not, but it's the cheaper way. Also, you can get a retiree visa, and the retiree visa, as long as you are getting a pension, you can get this visa, and then doesn't matter if you buy or you lease a property, you can also get this access. This gives you access to discounts, 25% air flights, You also have discount in restaurant, in medicines, in anything that has to do with health. So it's a very complete retiree visa, and we have many hospitals that has linked with hospitals in the United States. Then we have the qualified investor visa that I already talked a little bit about it. And then the digital nomads, which are people that work from home and they can establish in any country. In this country, what we have is that if you earn like $1,000 a month for 9 months, you have a digital nomads visa. So the purpose of that is that you publish the amenities of the countries, all the tourism things that you are doing here, and you get this status. So you don't have to have a status only of as a tourist. You can also get different status staying longer than 6 months. Then we have different benefits. Benefits like if you are filming a movie or a video, musical video in Panama, you can do it and have some fiscal incentive. If you are doing that in a warehouse, also applies, as you have like a setting or something like that, also applies for this incentive. So since you are in California, I guess this is something very interesting for brokers in California to bring some productions to Panama. Also, we have industrial development, which means that if you have an industrial company that is like manufacturing, for example, bottles or manufacturing lamps or things like that, you can also get exemption on taxes on the value of the property, as we might say, the warehouse, for 3 years back, as long as you can demonstrate that you have high technology in your manufacturing company. We also have alliances that are public and private. This is mostly qualified for infrastructure, for electricity, that type of joint ventures with the government. So we also have incentive on that regard, as well as special zones. Special zones are, for example, the law of call center and data center. If you get established in an office or in a warehouse, a city of knowledge. The city of knowledge is you have like an ONG, or if you are in research and development or a university and you establish in this special zone, you get incentive. That's why we have United Nations offices, PNUD offices, so different organizations that are located in Panama. We also have the pharmaceutical hub, which is if you are going to manufacture medicines from Panama and then export or use it, sell it in the country, you also have different incentive. We also have agro parks. Agro parks means that if you buy a warehouse and then you decide to cultivate hydroponics or going high in vertical agricultural plants, then you also have other types of incentive. Free trade zones, you can use it for education, for services, for logistics, for process plants, modifying products that you might get here, and then you can label and package it and then export it. We also have Colón Free Zone, which used to be the second largest free trade zone in the world, and this is import and export. And then Panama Pacifico, which is an alliance that is private and public and is better for companies that has high technology. So we have like a niche for every type of business that you are bringing to Panama. In terms of multinationals, if you establish your office from Panama, your headquarters, and then you do your accounting from Panama, you can also have some different incentive in an office, as well as this multinational is a manufacturing company and gets established in a warehouse, you also have other types of incentives. So this is like the huge scope of things. And as you can see, all these incentives are related to a type of real estate, either office or industrial or even residential. So basically we have all of these things to talk about. So why investing in a warehouse is a good deal? Well, in Panama, you get cap rate from 6 to 8%. Real estate brokers with the capacity to get you clients that we already have in Panama that are affiliated to NAR as well, CIPS. We have available bank financing to people that want to buy warehouses. Interest rates in Panama go up later than in the United States, and that's important when you have a mortgage. The rent might pay the loan, so basically it's something good to have. Sometimes you don't have that in residential. We manage a vacancy of 5%. We have the lowest maintenance fee in real estate. When you're investing in a warehouse, you don't have to do like the whole floor again when you have an apartment or things like that. So it's the lowest maintenance rate. We have low property taxes, construction types that are AAA, AA, and B. And with a 30% down, you can also separate or down payment of a warehouse. You can retire with an industrial portfolio that we already have leased. And then we can say, let's buy 5 different warehouses that have this type of clients, and we can do like a business case for investors as well. In terms of prices, according to Colliers in the last study, we have a 31,000 net absorption of industrials, 665 is the average asking price, vacancy rate of 5%, and we have under construction 187,000 square meters that are being built because we have companies that are agreeing in a lease specifically for type of manufacturing. So it's not like it's like 187,000 square meter and we don't know who's going to have them. So basically we're having an average price of 1,380 per square meter in the first quarter of 2023. So with Grupo Chahani, we are a one-stop shop. We also can get you different other companies like fiscals, advisors, interior design. We have insurance company, lawyers, research and development, construction companies, people that can advise you for cannabis, which is another law that is recently passed. We have mortgage companies and brokers that you can also get your company, your warehouse or your office managed, as well as appraisal companies. So with us, you can get all hassle-free and you don't have to worry about anything else again. So this is some of the warehouses that we provide. So you can see the look and feel of all these different projects that we manage. And also, I haven't talked about it, but if you need residential, we also have second homes and also residentials in the city. So we can do anything that you need in Panama. Thank you for your attention.
Wow. Thank you, Catherine. That was awesome. Thank you so much. You cover every angle. And now we move on to Colombia. But if anybody has a question about her presentation, please type it in the chat and we can address it.
It's disabled.
I'm going to get into another meeting, but Sebastian is here so he can answer everything for me. Thank you. Nice to see you guys. Welcome to Panama.
Or raise your hand if you have a question and we can address it.
Thank you.
Thanks, Catherine.
Yeah.
All right. All right, Daniel, you want to start with the Colombian presentation, or should we do a residential first?
Thanks, Nando. I think that Paula and Daniela are going to go first.
All right, perfect. So we're gonna move on with residential real estate in Colombia.
Perfect.
Opportunities.
Thank you. Okay.
And we have Paola and Daniela. They're local brokers in Cartagena, Colombia.
Yes. Thank you for having us. Okay, we're sharing the screen. Can you see it?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, perfect.
Perfect. So we are Platinum Brokers.
We are located in Cartagena. Currently, we're here in the city.
We are going to show, this is like a view of Cartagena, Boca Grande and Castillo Grande. And Cartagena is one of the iconic cities in Colombia when it comes to culture and tradition. We have a lot of growth and attention from investors because it's an ideal destination to launch new opportunities related to music, dance, business, gastronomy, innovation, and more. This is some of the images of Cartagena.
The old city, Boca Grande.
Exactly. And we have a lot of connectivity. Danny?
Currently, we have 7 flight destinations, direct flight destinations, only 2-hour flights to Florida and 1 hour from Panama. We have fluid maritime and fluvial connectivity, just 3 days by boat from the coast of Florida. For entry and exit routes that connect with the north and interior of the country. And the Magdalena River, the main fluvial artery of Colombia that runs through the department from Bolivar, that is where Cartagena is located, to south and north of the country.
The tourism in 2021, Cartagena received a total of 3.7 million tourists. In 2022, this number doubled to 7.2 million. And from September 2022 to May 2023, a total of 185 cruise ships have arrived in Cartagena, which generate profit of 42 million. For the city, is the 337% more than last year. So our tourism is
growing,
bigger, is growing, yes. We are going these areas, we are going to show these areas. Manzanillo is in the north zone, is the zone of the city that is in growth and development. La Boquilla is a zone with a lot of Airbnb and buildings. Marbella is near to the city center. The city center is all the colonial part. Boca Grande, that is full of trade and restaurants, and Castillo, that is the most exclusive and residential peninsula with a beach and the bay. So this is some of the restaurants in Cartagena. We have a lot of different of gastronomy. We have Colombian, Peruvian, Mexican, and this is some of the things you can do during the day. You can go to Islas del Rosario. This is what tourism like in Cartagena. Mm-hmm. At night, we have a lot of restaurants. This is La Vitrola, is a classic restaurant with live music. And this is the options we have to show in Cartagena for investors, short-term rental investment. We are going to show two investments, sorry. The short-term rental and the residential, like to buy a second home or have a permanent rent. So Danny, you want to?
So these are different options, as Paola said, that we have, that the building permits the short-term rentals. So this is one of them, located in Boca Grande, a 2-bedroom apartment with great views and amenities.
This apartment
costs $2,500 USD. And the expected annual income is of $20,000 per year. The ROI is 8%, and it has 1,044 square feet.
This is another option in the north zone in Manzanillo. This is a 3-bedroom apartment with 2.5 bathrooms. This building is full of amenities. We have the pool and a Turkish bath and direct access to the beach. This, for example, costs $6,100. And we have a ROI of 11%
per year.
Yeah.
Wow. This is another zone of the city. It's called Marbella. And we have this beautiful penthouse with double height, beautiful views to the ocean and the city. It has 3 bedrooms also. And this one you can have also rented through short-term rentals, different platforms. And the listing price is $715,000, yeah.
And we have the return of investment.
And the return of investment is about 10% per year, yeah.
This is another penthouse we have in La Boquilla. This is a place full of Airbnbs and hotels, because all the buildings here have an direct access to the beach. So this is another return of investment of 10, that is big, because we have in Cartagena 75 of occupation. 75%.
Yeah, we have these numbers rated in about 70, 75, but the usual occupancy of the city in Airbnb is between 78 and 85, depends on the month.
This is a colonial house in the city center. These houses have 5 rooms, each with a bathroom. We have an amazing views to the San Pedro Claver Cupola. Yes, we have a private jacuzzi, and these have a return of investment on 11, and it's cost $3.5 million. And we are going to show some options for Cartagena for investors in residential investments.
Okay, so the previous picture, this one is showing us one side of the city that is called, this neighbor is called Castillo Grande. It's in a very, as we said before, a very exclusive and residential area. Most of these buildings doesn't allow the short-term rentals, because as I said, they're like focused for residential. So we're gonna show some of the properties in this peninsula. Most of them are in this peninsula that have great views. And on one side you can have the beach, and in the other side you will have the access to the bay. So this is very likable for the people that come to visit, because it's very easy to walk and very secure. So this is one of the apartments we have in Castillo Grande. We have beautiful views to the ocean with 2 bedrooms. This is an apartment that has 1,130 square feet, and the listing price is about 250 thousand USD.
Another apartment is Punta del Este. This building is brand new. It's designed by Carlos Ott. This is a residential building too, with 3 bedrooms. And this is like in the pool, you can see the beach and the bay too. And this is cost $350,000. This apartment is in the most classic building in Cartagena. It's an old building, but it's very, very, how do you say? Known, exactly, known. This apartment has 3,100, sorry?
3,128.
No, so alguien iba a hablar. Okay. Okay, they have direct view of the bay. That is the best view in Cartagena.
And this is a house that is located in other zone of the city that also is an condominium that is residential, only very near of all the schools, universities, north part of the city, with which we said that is developing, and the appraisal here in this zone is very high. This is Barcelona India's house with 5 bedrooms for a bigger family. And it's about, the listing price is $950 USD, and it has 6,458 square feet.
Yeah.
This is a house located near the Islas del Rosario. This is an island that is called Baru. And this is more condominium, second home, very big houses, beautiful houses with access through the canales, which you can have the boat, direct access to the ocean with your boat. This is a very big house that is listed in 1.5 million USD, and the expected annual income for this house, renting it for long term, is about $1,074 million.
The cool thing of this house, if you can arrive in your own boat to your house, because you can see a deck here, so you can arrive in your boat.
And you're very near to the islands of Rosario and
exactly.
A lot of touristic attractives of the city.
And this is another penthouse we have. This is located in the most sophisticated neighborhood, that is Castillo Grande. This apartment have 5 bedrooms too. This is really big. It's 6,673 square feet, and it has a listing price of $1.5 million too, with the private pool and private gym. And we think that you may have some questions. That it's Colombia. I don't know if you want to say this.
Colombia. In Colombia, we don't really have like a process loan in the regular banks for the foreigners. You have to have some kind of income in the country to access to a loan. That is important for you to know. Also, to close deals with these kind of properties that we showed before, we used to do a document with a down payment of regularly 20%, and then the other 80% when we signed the deed and we closed the deal. What else we can tell you about the purchase here? The property, purchasing a property here led you to have a request of a document like a ID, a Colombian ID, to live permanently here in the city or in the country. And many people consider this destination to retire and live their best life here for the conditions of the temperature. The city is very secure, very walkable, and has the best, that is the ocean and the old city.
Okay, thank you. We are Daniela and Paola. Daniela is the CEO of Platinum Brokers, and I'm the head of sales.
I don't know if you have any questions. What else we can say about investing in Cartagena? That the dollar rate for your clients may be very, very good for investment. Also because the prices here in Colombia are more accessible for a lot of people, and the property taxes are not high here in the country. There are a little less than 1% of the value of the property. 1 time a year you pay it here. Okay. I don't know if you have any questions.
Yeah, I do have a question actually. So if the financing it's difficult for a foreigner, what if they have cash to purchase? Is that an option?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
That is an option, and regularly you can have a little lower price from the listing price. Yeah, you can make an offer that will be better of the listing. Yeah.
Susan has a question as well.
In Colombia, are real estate transactions done with Bitcoin or other cryptocurrencies?
No. Not currently.
Okay.
I have a question. How do you title? How do you get title and proof of ownership in your country?
Although in Colombia we don't have like a degree or title like to work in real estate, but it's important that you can work with companies that have their trademark like established and an office, and they're recognized for their work nowadays with social media and everything, you can do the work very, very easily to know if the company is known or not. That is how we work here. Yeah, we don't have like a title or a degree.
That was ownership. I had a different question. Is like,
I'm sorry.
That's okay. When you buy something, how is ownership title, like ownership certificate, that I'm the owner?
Okay.
Yeah, it's the same in the US. I think it's the deed, the title of the property, the deed that you sign. Yeah.
And it's
and you register that deed in the country, so that is in the system. Yeah.
To close the transaction?
Sorry, I didn't hear.
Do you use an attorney or like a lawyer to close the transaction?
Yeah, you go to a notary where there is the attorney or the lawyer that do all the paperwork.
Great, great. And we have Ethan Fraser. He's interested in tourism properties. He's going to Colombia in October. So
Great.
With your information, so you guys can get in touch. Tell them to put that slide.
Perfect.
Sure.
Can we put their slide, their contact for? Oh, if you guys can put it one more time so that we can.
Yeah, sure.
Can you drop your contact into the chat?
Yeah.
Sure. Also.
Sure. Then it'll be recorded there for people to go back and look.
What?
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome. Pero también la ponemos en el chat. We also sharing it through the chat.
Awesome. Thank you, ladies. That was great.
Thank you.
I recognize a lot of those buildings. I grew up there, so yeah, I love it. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you for having us.
All right, and now we pass it on to Daniel. He's gonna talk about commercial real estate in Colombia, specifically near Cartagena, which is one of the largest ports in South America. Daniel?
Yeah, thank you, Hernando, and thanks obviously to Paula and Daniela. They have shown the beautiful face of our city of Cartagena, which is the most touristic city of Colombia, but also the most important port and industrial hub for exports in the country. So first of all, I want to present myself. My name is Daniel Gilchrist. I'm the business development manager for Zona Franca Parque Central or Parque Central Free Trade Zone. We are an industrial park located in Cartagena, only 13 kilometers away from the most important port. I'm going to show you some of it in the next slides. These are my contact details, so if you want to take a screenshot or else I will share them at the end of the presentation. So first of all, I'm going to show you a map of all our city. Daniela and Paula focus on, I don't know if you see my mouse, but Daniela and Paula focus on this part of the city, which is obviously the touristic part and the residential part of the city. But here you can see the whole bay of Cartagena, and obviously this zone is focused heavily on logistics and industrial activity. Also, this is Baru. So one of the houses that they showed in Baru is in this part of the island of the city, which is an island divided. This canal divides the continental Cartagena from Baru, and here you are like 20 or 30 minutes away by boat from Castillo Grande, which is the residential area. So I'm going to focus on showing you the industrial and logistic part of the city. This is the location of our free trade zone of our industrial park. As I said, We're 13 kilometers away from Contecar, which is this star that you see on the map. This is the most important port in Colombia, the fourth in Latin America. And it was recently qualified as one of the most efficient ports in the world, the fifth in the world, and number one in the Americas, even counting ports in the US. So these are several port terminals that are located all throughout our bay. And basically you can see here that Cartagena concentrates more than half of all foreign trade procedures that happen through Colombia or in Colombia, and it mobilizes 60% of all the container cargo in the country. Also, you will find here in Cartagena 16 other port concessions that are private companies that are located besides the sea or in the bay, and they obviously do import and export activities. As I was telling you, Cartagena is the fourth port in Latin America, obviously behind the two ports in Panama because of the Panama Canal, and behind Brazil, which is Brazil is a country that has 150 million people. Colombia has 50 million people, so if you put that in context, you obviously find that Colombia is outperforming even Mexico, which is 3 times bigger in terms of, or 2 times bigger in terms of population than Colombia. I correct myself. Brazil has 300 million people, and Mexico has 150 million people. So Cartagena's port has a great performance. It has been qualified 10 times as the most important port in the Caribbean region, in the Caribbean Sea. And it obviously is the best connected port with the US here in Colombia. 60% of all the trade that happens between Colombia and the US happens through Cartagena, and is connected to 18 ports all around the east and west coast of the US. Obviously, to get to the west coast, we pass through the Panama Canal. We are 3 days away in boat from Florida. That's slightly better than Mexico, for example. So from Mexico to Florida, it takes 4 or 5 days. We take 3 days, and 5 days to New York. So again, this is our location. This is let's say, logistic roads that are located here in the country, or in our city. So you can see that we are located just in the middle of all the logistic system of our city. So now I'm going to talk a little bit more about our free zone. So free zones in Colombia are basically industrial parks that have a special regime in terms of tax and customs matters, right? So you will have incentives for operating, for doing logistic and doing manufacturing activities in Colombia. The companies located in the free zone have 20% corporate tax for profits generated by exporting procedures, and for providing logistic services. What can you do in a free zone? You can import any type of material, let's say capital goods, raw materials, any input for your process. You can import from a third country, maintain it in the free zone, elaborate your production process, and then export again without paying any VAT or any custom taxes in the country. So that's especially an important incentive if you want to use Cartagena as an export hub, for example, to provide any type of goods or services to the US or any Latin country near Cartagena. We also have VAT exemption when you purchase raw materials or inputs in Colombia from Colombian companies, and that also enables a lot of trade to happen between the companies that are established in the free zone and companies that are located in the rest of Colombia. Okay, so our free zone is the second biggest free zone in Colombia, the first in the Caribbean region. We have, as of today, 47 companies located in the park and operating. 5 of these, a little bit more than 10%, are multinational companies. And we've been growing a lot, 13%, most specifically in terms of exports compared from last year to the previous year. So you can find infrastructure established in our park, focus on attracting foreign companies. We have a lot of security established. We have a security system consisting of armed guard, close CCTV, and 74 cameras with 24/7 monitoring all around the park. We have rigid concrete roads, and we have a rainwater management system with under the road canals to capture all the rainwater and take it to a body of water that is this one. This is an artificial body of water that we created to manage all the rainwater. We use that water for our green areas, and they are also connected to each industrial lot or to each warehouse. So companies can use that crude water, let's say, for any part of their production process. We recently established these panels, solar panels in our roof of the entrance, which helps us meet 100% of our energy requirements. Obviously, the park's administrative offices, not the rest of the 47 companies that are located here. For that, we're working on this project, obviously to guarantee or to have an option of clean energy for the companies that want to establish in our free zone. This is very important because some companies, multinationals mostly, are aiming to have 100% or I don't know, more than 50% of their energy consumption coming from renewable sources, and we are trying to meet these requirements with this project that will generate up to 1 or 2 megawatts per year. So this is a little bit of our park. I'm going to show you a profile, a foreign trade profile of our free zone, just so you can understand more what type of activities are done here in our free zone. So this is a map of the whole free zone. You will find here that half of the companies are logistic services providers, so they basically provide warehousing solutions, right, for different type of products, as you can see all around the park. And then you will find the rest of the colors are industrial companies in which the construction materials, the metalworking, and the petrochemical sector are the main clusters that have developed in our free zone. So basically, here I'm going to show you a little bit of the annual exports that happen through our free zone in relative terms. So the main destinations of the exports that happen in our free zone or from our free zone go to the US and Venezuela, then Mexico, and other countries of Latin such as Chile. And as I told you, mostly the the construction material sector and metalworking and petrochemical sectors are the ones that that have the most activity. Here in this top 5 of companies, of exporting companies in our free zone, you will find that the CUNIC and Kingspan are multinational companies. The CUNIC is a company from Belgium, and Kingspan is a company from Ireland, which are located in our free zone. The CUNIC produces PVC profiles for windows, right? And Kingspan produces construction materials such as metallic panels for warehouses such as this, right? So this is actually produced by Kingspan. These panels you see, the blue and the white parts. And these windows, these profiles are the ones that are produced by the CUNIC. So we have also created a construction material cluster that enables us to construct warehouses in our free zone with 100% of all the parts of the warehouse produced inside our free zone. So we have obviously a lot of advantages there in terms of cost savings. This is in import terms what comes into our free zone. So basically our main partner is again the US and then China and Spain in terms of imports, and it's mostly food and beverages, right? So I'm going to focus. I'm focusing my proposal in a warehouse project that we are developing. It's a 26,000 square meter project that is located in one of our industrial lots, most specifically this area, right? So this project, we're developing 8 warehouses. Each one has, or 5 of those have 1,100 square meters, which is 12,000 square feet, right? And the other ones are 4,700 square meters. This design helps us or enables us to unify these one or more warehouses, so we can attend any requirement of area from 1,000 to 1,500 or 15,000 square meters. So right now we're working with an American company that is relocating their production and distribution center from Vietnam to Colombia. They produce food and beverages based on dairy products for kids. So this is this business case is a real case that we're offering right now, and the deal is projected to be signed in September next month, and the contract will begin on January when the warehouse construction ends. It's a 5-year contract, adjusted annually by inflation 2%, with insurance policy, and well, these are some details. These are the small warehouses design. This is obviously a render, and this is how it will be from the inside. So the proposed annual return of investment of this project is 9% with these numbers, right? So this is what we're trying to invite maybe your investors or people you know to invest in Colombia. And this is one business case, but we want to, or we would like to reproduce this in the other 8 warehouses. And just to end, here in Central, in Parque Central, Central is our holding company, in Parque Central, our industrial park, our free zone. We also provide all type of services for the startup of your business. Here we will have all the support. We are a one-stop shop, and we've done this with the other 47 companies that are established in our free zone, just to ease up and facilitate all the processes of American companies and international companies in our city and in our country. So thanks a lot. We are obviously certified by BASC, Econtech, and supported by the Guild of Industrial Companies in Colombia. And thanks a lot for your attention. And if you have any question, I would be glad to answer them.
Hey, Daniel, can you go back a couple of slides? Someone is asking.
Sorry, I didn't see. To which one? Which slide?
I just responded. Let's see which one they want to see. After the lease contract, Roxanne.
Okay. Can you see it?
Yes.
Okay.
Awesome. And it'll be nice. It will be great to have that the whole presentation sent.
Yeah, of course. I'll send it to you, and maybe you can share it to the rest of the team.
Perfect. Let me see if there's any more questions. No. Joski, do you want to add anything?
Actually, there are two more that just popped up. Too many questions.
No, it's just a thank you.
After this one. No, guys, thank you so very, very much for being a part of our program today. Again, as we stated at the beginning of the meeting, the goal really is to be more, show real estate agents in California how to invest and why to invest in foreign countries. And in this situation, it's Colombia and Panama. And I know you guys, it's funny for me to hear me say that, call you a foreign country, where you're like, what's he talking about? This isn't foreign. But for Americans, it's really fantastic. So thank you.
Oh, can I ask a question? How does it work for us as real estate agents if we brought a client to Colombia or to Panama? Is there reciprocation, or how does that work?
So I think what you're asking is, if we send you a client, do we get a referral fee?
Yes.
Paola,
yes, of course.
And do I need a license in Colombia?
No, you don't need a license.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah.
What is the referral fee?
What's usually a percentage of referral fee?
Okay, here in Colombia, in the city, we have 3% of the price, and if it's outside the city, it's 5%.
And that's the commission.
Yeah, the commission.
The commission. And is it shared between the two?
Yeah, of course.
Or,
yeah, of course. If you give me a client, I share the 1.5.
Ah,
okay. So 1.5.
Yeah. So, oh, wow.
50%.
Plus taxes. Normally it's plus taxes. It's 3% plus taxes. That is the 19% of the 2%.
What about in Panama, Sebastian?
Here in Panama, it's 5%. Even if outside of the city and the city as well.
Awesome. Thank you very much.
What's the referral fee though?
And what's the referral fee for you guys?
The what?
Referral fee. Like if someone, like one of us send you a client, what's the referral fee?
Normally we work with the middle or depends. For example, if it's just the number, and we are going to do everything, the 1% of the 3%. If you are going to be with us in all business and that, the 1.5, the middle.
That's how active you are. What about in Panama, Sebastian? Sebastian, do you guys have like a referral fee percentage of the commission?
Yes, usually in Panama, the referral fee is 1%.
1%, okay. Fair.
Okay.
Awesome.
Still more than 25% referral fee, right?
Mm-hmm. But
Are the referral fees negotiable?
Yes, of course. For example, here in Panama, the real estate profession is protected by Panamanians. So for brokers outside of Panama, we have to sign a promotion agreement, and also we have paid 5%, but it's not under the law of the real estate market because it's a profession protected by only for Panamanians.
Yeah, because in the US, referral fees and broker fees are not set. They're all negotiable. There is a range in which most work, but we have antitrust laws that prohibit that. So that's why I'm asking how it works in your country.
Yes, for sure. In our case, it's negotiable. Mostly because we are the largest, for example, the industrial developers in Panama, but also we have another project that we pay is a little bit more like beach projects or our country projects it's just 1 or 2 hours away from Panama. And in this project, we would pay around 6%, 7%. It depends of the project that the clients want.
I see.
So I have a percentage for the referral fee, for example, 1 or 2 point more.
And when you have clients who are interested in purchasing property in California, to whom do you turn? And how do you find agents?
I don't know if the Colombian girls wants to ask first.
Can you please repeat? Sorry.
I don't know if Daniel wants to answer first.
No, I mean, can the question be repeated?
Do you make outgoing referrals to California?
I mean, we can do it, yes, I think.
Yeah, of course.
My case as well.
Curious.
Yeah, they'll all go to Hernando. And then he'll pay all of us referral fees.
And then we'll all go out and have a cocktail.
You guys have been amazing. Thank you so very, very much for joining us today. I know it's late afternoon for you guys, but we really appreciate your presentations and the professionalism that you bring to the table and the excitement that we need to now visit. I've been to Panama, but I've never been to Colombia. So I need
you have to come.
You gotta go.
I know.
Yeah.
I look forward to it.
With Hernando can take you here. Show you around.
I told Misty I'll look him up with
You can send me a good client and we are going to party then.
Wait, before we say goodbye, I think there's a question in the chat. Tam, can you help us with that?
Yeah, so the question is from Paulo.
Okay.
ROI is being calculated and how is the ownership structured?
Okay, I think that goes to me, right? So we have a business model to calculate the return of investment. What we're doing is putting all the disbursements in terms of all the investment that is being done and calculating the internal the IRR of the business and bringing it to present value, right? So that's in general terms. I mean, a basic evaluation of a real estate or a warehouse development and the ownership structure the buyer of the warehouse will have full ownership of that specific warehouse, right? So they will receive a title, a deed, as Daniel explained, that you legalize in a notary, and it will be totally independent from the other warehouses. Or you can buy several, right? So I mean, that's one or more. But each warehouse can have its own title or own legal property.
Yeah.
I don't know if that answers the question.
Yeah.
Yes.
And it looks like Paulo has a follow-up question, which is, could you comment on the CF assumptions, vacancy rate, annual valuation, and property manager, etc.?
Yeah, of course. Okay, so I mean, we're developing this this business case for a specific contract. So it's for the duration of that contract. The annual valuation, it's adjusting with inflation plus 2%. And property manager, I don't know if you can add up on that question. I don't really understand what that means, but we're calculating cost around of 10% of the monthly payment. 10% of it goes to property management, right? So that are the basic assumptions.
Great. All right, it doesn't look like we have any more questions. Just want to, thank you guys so much. That was awesome. We had a great time. I think Joski's gonna come to Colombia soon. And Susan as well.
Claro que sí.
We hope.
And Panama as well. I've been to Panama myself, and it's a beautiful city. It gave me, the impression that I was still in the United States for some reason. Very, very modern. It looks like, it looks like Miami, kind of, Panama City. It's pretty cool. Well, on behalf of the Global Business Council, I want to say thank you to everybody for attending, for showing interest in Colombia and Panama. It's been great. We're going to share their slides and their contact information after this webinar. Thank you so much. And
also, we'll post the recording on our social network channel for the Global Business Council. And so it's great, and people will have your contact. Should they have further questions, they can contact you directly.
Okay, thank you all very much. And we'll be looking forward to hear from you soon.
thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.